afternoon, everyone. Especially to ma'am, good afternoon. My topic is the interpretation of contract. Pero continuation na ni sa kaput legal report. Article 1375, words which may have different signification shall be understood in that which is most in keeping with the nature and object of the contract. So sa kanina Article 1375 is nagbase niya siya sa main purpose of agreement sa inyong contract. Interpretation of words with different significations. If a word is susceptible of two or more meanings, it is to be understood in that sense which is most in keeping with the nature and object of the contract, in line with the cardinal rule that the intention of the parties must be prevailed. Example ani is grant ka og place to open to sell food. The contract says it can be used for business, pero nag-open ka ga repair shop. Diya naka-state sa contract nga for business, o ngayon kag-business, pwede ka makatukod o bisag unsa. But since ang purpose nimo is kanang to sell food man, di nimo pwede usbon og repair shop. Kay wa sa purpose og unsay main purpose sa agreement sa contract man nagbase. Next is the Article 1376. The usage or custom of the place shall be borne in mind in the interpretation of the contract ambiguities of a contract and shall fill the omission of stipulation which are ordinarily established. Sa kaning nga contract is, ang contract is unclear. Di klaro na ikuwang og unsay usual practices or customs sa place. Dapat i-adapt nimo og mo na lang sa imuhang buhaton. Resorts to usage or customs as aid in interpretation. The usage or custom of the place where the contract was entered into may be received to explain what is doubtful or ambiguous in a contract, on the theory that the parties entered of their contract with reference to such usage or customs. Sa kanidi ay nga artikulo is, ang example ani is, kanaang ako nag-rent kog stool sa public market aron mamaligya og kanaang prutas. Diya sa contract wa nakabutang og unsang oras sa mag-start ko og kumaligya kada adlaw. Diya sa market ang common practices nga mag-open og sugod at 6 AM. Because of that custom, ako is expected nga mo follow na lang sa usual opening nga time bisan sa contract wa nakabutang kini is to show a local customs can guide the interpretation sa contract kung kanus-a bisag wa siya nag-specific man. Next is the Article 1377. The interpretation of obscure words or stipulations in a contract shall not favor the party who caused the obscurity. Sa kaning article is kanang, if words are unclear, interpret them against the person who write the contract. Kini is na-protect sa isa ka party from being taken advantage of by someone who caused the confusion. Interpretation of obscure words. A written agreement should in case of doubt be interpreted against the party who has drawn it or given an interpretation which will be favorable to the other who upon the fate of which incurred an obligation. The rule generally to are called contract of adhesions. Kani contract of adhesion is kanaang ang kanidesya is the standard form of contract nga gi-preferred sa isa ka party. Diya ang party who receives the contract can either dawaton siya or i-reject. Kay sa contract, words are unclear and confusion man. Ang kaning contract of adhesions is that it says contract, most of the terms it is not result from mutual negotiation between the parties as they said are usually prescribed and printed forms prepared by one party to which the other may adhere if he chooses but which he cannot change. So, mo to na kani ang contract of adhesions kana ang form of contract ra, form standard of contracts. Example ingani is kana ang ako nag-sign ko og form contract from a delivery company that says extra fees may apply pero wa gibutang og gi-explain og pila. Since the delivery company may gihimo sa contract of unclear fees will be interpreted in favor nako di sa company. Article 1378, when it is absolutely impossible to settle debts by the rules established in the preceding article, and the debts refer to incidental circumstances of a gratuitous contract, the lease, transmission of rights and interests shall prevail. If the contract is onerous, the debt shall be settled in favor of the greatest reciprocity of interest. If the debts are caused upon the principal object of the contract in such a way that it cannot be known what may have been the intention or will of the parties, the contract shall be null and void. Sa kaniday nga contract is under na day pud ni ang tulo ka kanang rule niya, which is the gratuitous contract, onerous contract, of the principal of thing contract. Ang kaning sa gratuitous contract, if the debts refer to incidental circumstances of a gratuitous contract, such as interpretation should be made which would result in the least transmission of rights and interest. So, ug maingon kag gratuitous contract, di ba, kani siya kay free, like donations or something to give out of generosity, but in incidental circumstances. Example ani si R give his car to E. It is not clear whether the contract is donation or a commoditum. Ang kanideng commoditum is a loan for use. So ang car, unclear o gihatag ba or just a loan, mao ang contract should be presumed as a mere commoditum because it would transmit lesser rights than a donation, since si R nag-own sa car pero si E can only use it temporarily. Kay wa man giklaro dito gihatag ba to or ipagamit. Pero iya lang gihatag ang car. Mo tong mahugpod siya og commoditum. Mo to ang commoditum is to loan for use. So dito kanaang dito mabalik to maiyaha kay ang contract may klaro. Next is the onerous contract. If the contract in question is onerous, the debts should be settled in favor of the greatest reciprocity of interest. So kaning onerous, di ba? Ang katong onerous is both parties have an obligations. So ang katong both parties may naay obligation. So it interpreted in a way that gives the most fair balance benefits to the both parties. So patas sila. Why lamang? Kinahanglan patas. Be fair man. Kinahanglan maka-benefits po ang isa, baka benefits po ka. Example ani is, si D borrowed 20,000 pesos from C at 12% interest. The contract say if it's payable in 6 months or 1 year. So, kani mag-payable siya in 6 months or 1 year. So, pwede siya magbayad sa 1 year. So, it interpreted as 1 year. Kay D can use the money longer. C earn more interest and it ensure the greatest reciprocity of benefits. So, sila ang duha naka-benefit kay ang isa naka-interest, ang isa po nakagamit og dugay sa kwarta nga iyahang utang. Next is the principal object of the contract. If the debt refers to the principal object of the contract, and such debt can be resolved thereby leaving the intention of the parties unknown, the contract shall be null and void. So about the principal object of the contract is about the main thing and purpose of the contract, and it's impossible to know what the parties intended that cannot be enforced. In this case, the contract is considered null and void as if it never existed. So, an example and is the principal object of the contract is S sells land to B, but S owns many land and the contract does not specify which land is being sold. Wag specific og unsa og asa dapit nga yuta ibaligya ni S. Since wa man kahibaw sa intention of S and B, the contract is invalid. Kay mura raragwa sila ga kontra kay nahimo og walay katungod o obligasyon ang bisan kinsa nila nga parties. So that's all. Thank you.